Hi, my name is Tom Herlihy, president of Worm Power, North America's newest and largest producer of earthworm compost, nature's perfect fertilizer, and I want to show you our premium product.
Worm Power Vermicompost is a nutrient-rich, all-natural fertilizer. Worm Power is made by millions of earthworms, fed and raised in a 100% organic environment that starts from cow manure. The link between earthworm activity and healthy soil has long been documented. Worm Power takes that to a new level.
Here we are at the heart of the vermicomposting operation. These are the earthworm digesters. In here we have our 8 million earthworms eating, and here are the stars of the show.
Composted cow manure is digested by the earthworms, resulting in a dark, rich, earthy-smelling fertilizer and soil amendment that is full of both primary and micronutrients readily available to plants. The worms add more than fertilizer, however.
Adding this worm compost made sense because it was adding a lot of different microbes to the soil to help maintain that balance and keep the roots happy and also other microbes happy in the soil. You can't tell the difference by looking at the fruit, but when you ferment it and taste the wine, there will be a difference in the wine. And it's not even number related, it's just will have more intensity, more flavor. Sort of like a lot of organic vegetables and fruits have a lot more intense flavor than chemical grown fruit.
Organic soil fertility is an ideal shared by many commercial growers.
Our strategy here is to try to encourage as much life in the soil as we can, rather than applying fertilizers that will directly feed the plant. We want to enrich the soil. We want to increase the biology in the soil, let the soil feed the plant, and vermiculture fits right into that. We also look upon the philosophy of feeding the soil rather than the plant as a part of our quality issue here with wine. One of the important things that we want to do with wine is see it expressing the what we call terroir of the site, the specific character of our site. And the more we can strengthen the bond between the soil and the plant, the more we can, I think, produce a wine that really truly reflects the differences in our location, in our site.
In addition to nutrients and biology, Worm Power also improves the physical properties of the soil by improving tilth, porosity, and moisture-holding capacity. Adding vermicompost to soil or potting mix has also been shown to reduce the number of insect pests and plant diseases in certain crops. Cornell researcher Allison Jack is finding that by adding vermicompost, you can significantly suppress certain plant and crop diseases. In Cornell University's plant pathology department, she is studying Pythium orphanodermatum, which has a host range of over 50 different plants, including cucumber, pea, tomato, corn, wheat, field crops, and greenhouse crops.
This set of funnels right here contains sterile soil and 10 cucumber seeds in each funnel, and then a set amount of the pathogen Pythium orphanodermatum. These three funnels here are basically the same. The only thing that's different is that they contain 40% vermicomposted cow manure.
Well, what we found is that when we control for a lot of different variables, we're controlling for temperature, we're controlling for moisture, we're controlling for light. We have all the same seeds, all the same setup. When we control all those variables, we see measurable differences in disease. So when you compare sterile soil inoculated with the pathogen and then sterile soil mixed with vermicompost and inoculated with the pathogen, you see a very big difference in disease symptoms and plant survival.
Worm Power is North America's largest producer of earthworm compost. It is the product of a federally funded research project. Our facility is co-located on a fourth-generation family dairy farm in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. All of our WormPower worm casting products are produced through a quality-controlled production process. That begins by hot composting a specific mixture of cow manure and aged corn and hay silage. The hot composting process is documented and meets all federal and state safety standards. The temperature is maintained above 140 degrees, which pasteurizes it and ensures any potential remaining weed seeds or pathogens have been killed. The organic compost is then fed to the earthworms in our patented system. The earthworms are raised and cared for in specially designed beds, where materials are fed into one end and finished material is removed out the other. Finished earthworm compost is then harvested, screened, and loaded into the appropriate packaging. WormPower is an all-in-one plant food which can substitute for separate applications of soil amendments, mineral fertilizers, and microbial inoculants, providing all the components in their proper organic ratios. It is a beautiful, rich, black, crumbly material that you will love working with. It's especially good for those who want an organic solution, not a chemical solution, to long-term soil fertility. WormPower is an eco-friendly, natural fertilizer prepared from biodegradable organic wastes, and it's free from chemical inputs. It reduces soil compaction. It improves the water retention capacity. It promotes better root growth and nutrient absorption, and is excellent for starting new plants from seeds or transplants. Even though he only plants a few tomatoes and cucumbers, home gardener Richard Robillard says his garden has become the talk of the neighborhood.
This year's been really good. This obviously is not the top soil in the world. This is about 2 inches of topsoil here, and I put a couple of bags of commercial topsoil. The plants would come up to a certain amount, but then they'd sort of stop off at about 2.5 feet, and then they would fill out in the bottom and blossom and have some plants. But this year I was watching it, and it was going up, and it kept going up and going up and going up. And in fact, my neighbor next door used to say, "What are you doing to those tomato plants?" I told him I'd put some WormPower on it.
WormPower products are produced in our state-of-the-art facility, where millions of earthworms are raised in ideal conditions to produce premium vermicompost materials. WormPower is certified for organic production by the USDA. The earthworms are fed a tailored all-organic diet, and the vermicompost that is generated contains readily available nutrients and a diverse and abundant microbiological community.
The healthier they are, the more vibrant they are, and more resistant to disease they are, and just able to overcome a lot of the obstacles we have growing grapes here.
I don't use chemicals in my yard because we had 5 kids, and I guess I'm a little paranoid about that. So this is probably the first time I've put stuff on them, and it was the WormPower is all I've ever put on them this year. So that must be the difference.
WormPower products are produced in our state-of-the-art facility, where our millions of earthworms are fed an all-organic diet and produce our premium organic soil fertility product. If your needs include improving your soil's long-term health, physical, chemical, and biological properties, there's simply nothing like WormPower products.